That sounds very exciting.
Yes, and there are also ducks. One of the ducks nipped another duck. The duck ran away, but there was another duck in the duck's way, so the duck nipped this other duck too. And that duck started running away and nipped another duck on its way. And it caused a chain reaction of like 7 ducks. Duck fails. Yes. Quite literally.
And of course, this week we have the Samurai Jacks that was, announced. So that's gonna be pretty cool.
Sounds awesome.
Okay.
Wait.
But yes, it has an impact on performance on Ryzen cable. He loses 1 frame when he has 80 frames per second in a game. Here now it's only 79.
Well, right now you sound like a person who's overthinking things, but which is terrible. Yeah,
Panboy was the one complaining about it.
No, I was just saying that there aren't as good. They are. But if somebody's trying to sell them to you, they are not.
Okay, that was a good, nice bit of silence. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another episode of Radio Rothingham. And Astra keeps telling me to stop singing, but I will do it anyway. Stop singing or I'll kill you. Long. Anyway, it's another.
The musical.
Yes.
I'm a bug.
Okay, let's keep this up for 1.5 hours. Let one of the go. There was no news this week. And there was something about Samurai Jack.
It's not out yet. It's coming out March 11th.
Yes.
Not that far away. It's not
That's pretty soon. Anyway, so I think we pretty much already outlined the topics for this episode.
Nothing happened.
Yes. Yep. This is the end of the episode. Please like, subscribe, and yeah, it is. It's over forever. And yeah, this meme we were seeing is over now too. That's what I declare now. All right. So, what shall we start with? Samurai Jack. Yeah, let's start with So Samurai Jack is getting a brand new season on the Adult Swims, which is pretty good because it seems to be that Adult Swim is like, you know what, the show was kind of being held back by the fact that it was PG rated. They had to make it kid friendly and whatnot. So you know what? Now that we are on Adult Swim, we're going to go basically the complete opposite of what the nuPPG were trying to do, and they basically made it better. Like it's got blood and gore and people die, and it's really fucking dark and gritty, which is very. But it seemed like it was edgy, done not for the sake of edgy, but to tell the story. Yep, because he is a samurai. He has a sword. It's like Avatar: The Last Airbender, and yet Sokka, and Sokka had a sword, and he was not allowed to use it for what a sword is actually designed for. So. that's you know, racist against Omnics. Just no, that is true. That they're only built to serve fucking Omnics. Mm-hmm. Yep. Also, as you may have noticed by now, I am drawing the samurai because that's yeah. I'm so boring. I'm drawing all the time. All right. Didn't you have like 32 gigs of RAM? What are you doing? Are you drawing the Randomons again? Or making like an elaborate 3D render of Randomon? Yeah, but I'm not gonna show it on the stream because, you know, this is a family stream. Well, maybe partial family, but not a whole one. Dude. Anyway, to be quite honest, I haven't really watched the. I watched some episodes of the original series. I haven't really watched all of it, so maybe this would be a good time to binge watch it, because this 4 seasons, but were they rather short seasons? Yes. Mm. Mm. We are very responsible and well-informed consumers. It's very true. It's not new though. Isn't that more of a reboot though? I mean, even the Jetsons went through a similar thing. Mm-hmm. Well, the Jetsons did go through a similar cycle where they basically brought back the Jetsons from the 60s with the exact same art style and everything. There are only like a few very minor things that will lure. No, the originally the Jetsons aired in the 60s, and they brought it. And it brought back in the 1980s, which had exactly the same art style and everything. It was just that the overall production process was just more modern, so you could tell by the fact that it just looked more crisp and whatnot. But other than that, it was exactly the same show. They didn't even really attempt to make it more 1980s. Yeah, that's very true. You could tell from the. I think the punk rock aspect was probably the most telling aspect that that those particular episodes were made in the 80s. They were really pushing that, especially in the movies. Mm. Also not very good. Special.
Hanna Barbera stuff in general, with the exceptions of 16 John West and State.
I mean, all right. Let's review the '80s movie. So there's like this asteroid planet thing, and George Bush, I mean Jetson, has to go there and work there because reasons. But well, that's exactly what he. Nope, could never automate pushing a button. That's severe. It's Astra.
Speaking of this stuff, I wonder how DC is going to tackle it, because recently DC started doing other 3D copies of classic Hanna-Barbera stuff. Probably the best thing is that was the creepy Flintstone comic, but really finally fine.
I don't think it was meant to be funny.
Well, it's kind of funny. It does have some dark lesbian stuff over to it. And features all comics of what was Flintstone deconstructed the premise of the show. You have this 1950s type society that is living in the Stone Age, and they are currently planning to send Jetson. I'm really curious how it will turn out.
Well, that would definitely. There have been talks about reboots and like cinematic, theoretical live action movies for the Jetsons, but it never really got that treatment. Like there were talks in the mid 2000s that there was going to be a Jetsons movie in line of the much like the Simpson, the Flintstone movies that came out in the
Well, yeah,
late 90s.
those kind of
How do you address the problem where Jetson was based in a far off year of 2002?
moving to the far
Just add 1,000 years. There you go. There's your future.
I do remember there was actually a Marvel Earth where he met Jackson, and they pretty much eliminated the fact that they came from the past. I think the episode came out in 2003, if I remember correctly, and they kept reference to the fact that they are from 2004.
That is the joke.
Hmm.
The joke, yeah.
Till jetpack.
Don't explain the joke.
But yeah, it is rather odd that with all this CGI and whatnot we can do these days, we haven't really seen a Jetsons movie, even though this is probably the best time to actually make and release a Jetsons movie. That all depends on the art direction. If we have a good art director, you can actually make a very interesting looking world.
The retro futuristic look looks pretty good in CG, honestly.
I think we can easily pull it off these days. Yeah, if that's your frame of reference, then yes, it's gonna look pretty goddamn awful. But luckily, you know,
CGI was fantastic.
no. Well, to be perfectly,
The art direction they used for that particular show was perfectly awful.
Well, the movie was somewhat decent, and then because the
Well, didn't they just take like the models and whatnot from the movie and just jammed it into a yeah? Did that too?
Produced all the models down to solid shapes. There was no dynamics to it at all. No softness to anything. There was no flowy flexibleness to hair. Everything was just a rigid molded.
Well, I never really. Well, I didn't really pay that much attention to the big movie, anyways.
I've never watched the show.
I
Like, I can tell you that from seeing screenshots of either.
well, the cinematic movie does have more polish to it, definitely, but not by that much of a degree.
I have watched them all, and I will say, even though there's a liking, but at the end,
Yeah,
It's really down to how much time they want to spend, tweaking each minor little animation.
that too.
With CG, you can do as much, you can put as much effort in as you want, whereas
So yeah, if you put in the absolute minimum, you get things like ratatouille. I don't know. Ratatouille was pretty low effort, even compared to about CGI and how much effort you want to put into it. Hmm. Well, Jimmy was all about the protons and the neutrons, especially. Nah, those are irrelevant. We can easily live in a world without electrons. Yeah, exactly. We can make. I'm going to design a computer that only works with protons. I'm going to do it right now. I already failed. Whoops. Speaking of computers. Well, let's just try and stick on topic and maybe delve a bit more into Samurai Jack. Yeah, I'm definitely not planning on sticking Samurai Jack into a computer or anything that even remotely resembles it.
Turn Samurai Jack into a computer.
Well, it is the faraway future in which Aku rules, so
No, future that is Aku.
he is Aku. This summer, Samurai Jack needs to fight Aku, which is a computer.
I just realized the pun of Aku's name. He performed Aku.
That is quite an amazing pun. All right.
But really, if you haven't seen the original Samurai Jack yet, you have to watch it. There's some fantastic animation in there, some of the fighting is great. And there's even episodes with things that resemble story.
Even. I think one of the strong points of Samurai Jack compared to a lot of other shows, and you also see it in Symbiotic Titan, is that it's a show that actually allows for the for the story to kind of breathe. Like most shows will just throw stuff at you constantly, like it's constantly making noise and look at this, look at all this shit going on and there's explosions. It's like some guy just let's see, it's like some guy holding up a pair of keys, like look at this, 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 look at this. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Samurai Jack, I think, was based on one of the show's premise. The premise was that Jack was pursuing something he was never going to get, and so it was love, yes, but it was the adventures he had along that path that was destined to failure. But he was
Mm-hmm. And it does. Oh, okay.
There was an episode where he was given the opportunity to time travel and go back, and he didn't.
Is that the episode where a who takes over his body?
No.
Oh.
The episode where he met the giant time vortex, and there was a big burly guy bodyguarding it.
What about you, Beck? What did you like the Samurai Jacks?
I didn't watch it. I mean, I do like the plot side from what I've seen. Yes,
Was there a German version of it on Super RTL?
there might even have been, but I can't recall seeing watching it.
I was gonna talk German, but then I forgot what the word today is in German. So heute Samurai Jack, super RTL. But first commercials. Wertung, wasn't that the German word? Oh, Werbung, there you go. Werbung, yes. So this is the German cast now. The German cast starring der Artrix and Frau Astra. Starring der Artrix and Frau Astra and der Bakphoon, Xaverius und what's boy in German? Jongen? Sorry, what did you say? Oh, Panjongen. Pannenjongen.
Yeah. I am the Overman.
Stop belching.
He's only going to do it more the more you tell him not to. You realize that, right?
So I accept your challenge.
Challenge accepted. So yeah, the March 11th, we're gonna have new Samurais. It's gonna be awesome. Anyway, I think it's time to move on to Astra time with the Astra. Yeah, Xaverius, do your thing. 1, 3, go. No, but let's say the intro thing. Announce Astra time with the Astra. There you go. Because today we're going to go into the enthralling tale of Astra. You know, we're going to prove the Sarkeesians of the world wrong, because Astra is a gamer girl and she likes gaming, and she
Sucking all the trolls.
yes, and she also built her very own rig. So how did that go?
It went pretty well. I tried to take the original rig apart and fucked up the motherboard.
Good job.
I know.
How did you even manage to do that?
I just don't know. I'm fine on the chips and sold off.
I mean, so
I'm not welcome. I honestly don't know what.
oh, you did say that the pins on your on your CPU socket seemed, yeah.
Slightly,
Given that the computer just didn't boot anymore.
well, it would load up and then it would go into like a loop of powering up, powering up.
Yeah, that sounds like either memory or your CPU being fucked up. Hmm?
I didn't do that. I did. I did. It lost all sense for the last
Month or so. But Astra. So the reason you took out your main board was because you bought a new case, right?
yes, sir, yes.
Okay, so if I were to do it, okay, this is a very complicated process. Let me explain it step by step what I do. So I remove I remove the screws of the main board, and I unplug it, and I just hold that shit complete with CPU and memory. It doesn't really matter, you can do it either way, but yeah, the way you describe is probably slightly easier. If just slightly more easy.
Actually, you're both wrong. You should leave it plugged in by this man.
Yeah. You know, also put some moisture, especially on the parts that have, you know, a lot of current going through it.
I'm joking. If you keep your computer plugged in as grounded, so you have much less chance of actually causing static discharge and destroying part of your expensive machinery.
That sounds dangerous.
I can try not to look up and doing all the grounding things, even touching your face apparently helps. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it has to be plugged in though. Otherwise, you're the ground.
But anyway, as so you just you unplug it, unscrew it, and then obviously you should also remove the GPU and anything else that might be holding down the main board, and then just lift it out, put in a new case, and then do everything in reverse. So put, you know, screw it, plug in the GPU, plug everything in, you're good.
You're not suffering from it. Or from it.
Here's what I do. I grab my computer, my headbutt it to all the parts fall out, and I throw it away, and I buy all the new parts brand new.
He invested once everything.
Pretty much, yeah. Because, you know, by the time I'm upgrading my computer, it's dead. It's been so overused to the point of, oh god.
To the point of, oh god.
Oh god, that's the only way to describe it. But yeah, for some reason Astra felt the need to remove her CPU. Why? Why did you remove your CPU? I mean, in this sort of, in this case, you don't even need to remove the, you don't need to remove the memory or the CPU or the cooler, the CPU fan. You don't really need to do any of that.
Well, particularly it's the first time I set on the computer for any company. So I have no idea what the fuck I was doing.
Well, fair enough. And you learned the hard way.
Taking the CPU goes off, it's actually kind of awkward. You can, like, undo the heatsink, which is usually clamped on with
Hmm.
the overhead clamp,
Hmm.
or a bunch of screws, then you've got to, well, that was all of it. And then that's will be secured really fast to your actual CPU internal base, which will either crack or not give. And there's also a little lever under the CPU that sometimes you can't actually lift until you've removed the heatsink. So that can be awkward. So you have to break the heatsink off, then you use the lever so you can take the CPU out. And then everything breaks.
Yes, that's why I consider changing the memory. Wow, the most annoying and portable thing about a computer.
Yep.
Well, I've learned the hard way, as you say. You have to take the signal.
Not if you don't need to.
It's an utterly unnecessary step if you're not planning on changing your CPU.
Yep.
Okay,
Or your tablet.
lesson learned.
But yeah, now you got your, but no, there's a silver lining to all this because you got yourself a new CPU, new main board, and new memory.
Got an entirely almost new computer.
So, how is it running?
It's running pretty smoothly at the moment, but without Overwatch downloading at the moment, I can't do full testing. Yeah, I have to reinstall them all the shit again.
Yeah, including all the viruses and malware, and
Those viruses are the
exactly. You know, gotta install all of those dial thingies.
Installment Skilda and
Yep. Yep, don't forget Bonza Body. That's very important.
It just comes already with bones.
Lime virus.
Never heard of them.
Actually, sounds like a very good app. It was a ripoff of LimeWire, it was even worse.
I didn't know that, but
So pirated program. Okay.
Well, just like the sound of a proper Morpheus.
I've seen Matrix.
And World of Warcraft is a ripoff of Qubit Torrent.
Yeah.
They just pinned the torrent of the weapon to Q.
Well, to be honest, the technology they use for downloading expansions from characters about a specific
Oh yeah, everyone's using torrents now, even Windows.
I hate it. It used to be you just downloaded a patch, you kept the patch on your drive on your CD, you could patch everything, well, anything you wanted at any time. You sit down with the big camera process of downloading millions of tiny files. It's terrible.
And then you win a prize. Oh. Oh.
You don't even win a prize, Artrix.
You don't even win a prize? You poor unfortunate soul. But yeah, the point, the whole point of bringing all of this up is that fuck you, Niskisian. You see, we got a game, girls. You can build a computer. So yeah, checkmate atheists.
And now we're stealing programs.
Yes. That's what gave you a rush.
No, I do not want to install Chrome. Thank you very much.
Panboy is great and
Yeah, she's probably gonna get a prompt that says, "Are you trying to view child porn or any kind of porn?" I'm on Windows Update.
Are you trying to visit the internet?
Yeah,
Can't have that.
still silly. And I think they even want to make it even worse than it already is. You know, instead of just getting rid of this retarded law that's not helping anyone, they want more of it. Why?
Talk about this all more Artrix, because I don't really know. Is this the UK's anti-porn?
Yeah, yeah.
Ridiculous.
But why? But why?
Don't you know that by you are basically trying to sit in somebody's face and beating them, suffocating them? And you are a role model. That's the fact.
Well, once you know Brexit happens and they trigger Article 50, I'm just gonna be banned from the UK because.
When you triggered Article 15.
Sorry.
Just takes a fucking long time.
That, you know, it hasn't happened yet, but it's gonna happen. I mean, Theresa May was like, "Well, we're gonna trigger it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it." And then Astra roboted. Yeah, that they must have triggered the article prematurity, because it already happened. It's already happening. It's happening. It's over. But yeah, they're gonna trigger Article 50, and then I try to go to the UK for whatever reason. They're gonna be like, "No, you can't." And then I'm like, "Why?" And then they're gonna be like, "Well, you drew smut." And I'm like, "I didn't." And then they point to that one drawing I did once. I'm like, "Oh, well, can't."
They point at the Astra celestial.
Yes.
Yeah, never was in that state.
And then I'm gonna be like, "Oh, well, can't argue with that." And then I'll just go to the United States instead, because they're totally down with that.
I am American.
But here's the problem about that wall, right? So they're gonna build a wall, and they think, "Oh well." Exactly. That was exactly the joke I was gonna make. Thank you. So, you know, Trump is sitting there and Wall's like, I got them. I got the immigrants, and they're not gonna come in whatsoever. And then I just, come along, and he looks with a weird face, like, oh my god, what is that creature? And I just step all over it, like, oh, this is a minor nuisance. Just step across, and then Trone's gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not supposed to cross the wall. I built specifically to keep you out. I'm like, oh, I was not supposed to climb this little thing. Why didn't you just tell me? I'd be like, oh, I was not supposed to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'll just go back. I'll just go back, and then I just get a visa and do it legally. I don't know. No, well, the Panboy can get in even easier because all he has to do is just say he's Irish, and then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, well, most people over here are Irish anyway, so well, there's not a little difference there. Exactly. Obviously, if Panboy moves over to America, he needs to be a policeman. That is the rule. That's like if I were to immigrate to America, I need to go through this whole naturalization process. Yes. Natural gas to be specific. So I have to go through all these hooplas. All I do in Panboy's case is just, okay, send him to the New York DP. Just that. Yeah. Yep, just like home.
Don't you know all Irish bars are technically Ireland?
Technically,
No, they're like little
embassies. So what? So in other words, if I wanna be like, go to Ireland, but I'm too lazy to travel, all I have to do is go down to Rotterdam and go to the local Irish pub.
yeah, you're stepping in Northern Ireland.
Go to the local O'Neill's and say, hey, I'm in Ireland. Meet.
Don't be surprised if around the six rains when you step in the door.
Hmm.
Oh, it rains both sides.
But it
It's been snowing actually.
Both sides, maybe both directions.
Omni rain. It rains in all 8 directions.
It's still snowing.
Holy. Okay, we now have to declare a national emergency in the UK because it's snowing. Yeah.
It's like a
Astra. Astra, in order to be a proper Canadian, you need to apologize every 2.2 seconds. Do it now.
Sorry about that.
That's not. You're not sorry enough. You need to apologize more.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I was lying.
There's them out there, it's like half an inch of snow. All of the supermarkets are jam-packed with people.
So why did they make May Chinese if, it's more of a Canadian thing? They just should have made her Canadian.
There has to be some ethnic diversity.
I know, she is Chinese, but she lives in Canada. Canada. Wait, that... Yeah, she that was revealed that she is part Canadian. She's got a Canadian dad. But she's not constantly apologizing. I'm confused.
She's not constantly apologizing for killing me all the time.
Hmm.
Yes.
Mhm.
shooting grenades at people at the other team and shooting up to Vera. Yeah, I'm sorry for shooting you. She's not saying sorry for shooting them though. I find it creature.
Well, maybe that's just part of... Astra, you're being culturally insensitive. Maybe that's part of a culture. Maybe it's part of a Faranian culture to not apologize after you brutally murder someone. Come on. Just as this, you know, cultural that the Sumatra doesn't apologize if she microwaves your ass. Well, but she does follow the cooking instructions, so don't worry about it.
She
Microwave Junkrat.
microwaves people responsibly.
Hmm. She's like, okay, let's see, Junkrat, cook for 3 seconds at 6 tera watt. Alright, got it. She's still not as sexy as Samurai Jack though. He's way sexier.
Wow.
Then again, everyone's sexier than Samurai. Oh,
Jack is back.
Actual news.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, Hungary was presenting some, I don't know what it is, the report of how the president. And he's like, yeah, we are good at this stuff. We are really just protecting everybody from immigrants. Also, if you are living in Eastern Europe and all the immigrants are getting on your nerves, just come to us. We are going to accept you as immigrants. So Artrix, you can obviously become an immigrant in Hungary.
that sounds pretty fun. I mean, let's see. I've got €5. Yeah, I think got €5 in my pocket over here, so I can probably buy a house. Sounds like a plan. Hmm. Well, okay. I'll probably go hungry in Hungary at some point. I suppose it's part of their culture, but I can adapt. I mean, if I go to McDonald's before I go, I can just bring a few McNuggets. I should be fine.
Oh, off we go.
Sounds delicious.
Nah,
Surely,
well, not necessarily freedom, but you know, cheap house. That's kind of freedomy, I guess.
and a lot of Hungarian. A lot.
Fuck that shit. I'll just speak English to everyone.
Real language. It's missing infinity.
That sounds awful. I mean,
You know, all those, I don't know,
I mean the ones from Bollywood.
well, apparently, you know, that textbooks are not really better than that. There's been a textbook that said that Japan nuke and the state.
Wow. What the shit? Seriously.
India.
Well, this India, that's very true. I mean, if the stereotype is anything to go by, they basically shit on the streets. There's like dedicated.
Only on designated.
Yeah, right. There are designated shitting streets. That's very true. I mean,
Not just shit anywhere.
I mean, fuck toilets. Those are complicated and expensive. But if you're gonna shit on the street, you gotta do it in a designated area. That has got to be a meme. I refuse to believe that's real. But it probably is.
What isn't real?
The phenomenon of, you know, people in India just shitting on the street.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was true.
I mean, there are articles. I mean, for marketing
You know, they came from everywhere.
coincidence, I think, you know,
Dum dum dum.
The traveling folk tend to shit wherever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
well, the problem is, like we had communism. Over here, they do not travel anymore. Yeah, basically, the that travel, something that we cover. They had the bright idea of putting them into living rooms,
Mhm.
and it's mostly just the metal construction.
Well, those.
We have what we call halting sites here as well, which the travelers are requested to use. And they very, very quickly, yes, they very, very quickly become,
Accustomed. No.
they're horrible, elements when they come here.
Yes, they become heavily customized. Basically, any part of the universe
I mean,
get heavily customized.
I've never understood how people can live with such disrespect of their own living conditions. It's very strange.
mhm.
Well, my residents heavily they usually let all those conditions behind.
They just dumped all their shit, literally, and just left.
Yes.
But yeah, we in Netherlands we also have like trailer parks that are filled to the brim with gypsies, and they usually just kind of keep to themselves. But yeah, it is pretty. It's a sad sight. Well, except for that one time they allegedly just what was it again? It was something about a road and someone threw a brick into a moving car and they died it. And they trace it back to a gypsy camp. But they had trouble proving that they actually did it. Actually, never really.
Wasn't there CCTV?
Yeah, there was CCTV footage of.
That's not the problem is all the same and all the rocks the same.
The thing is that in the CCTV they couldn't see the license plate or anything, but they could see that from the car someone chucked a rock from their car into an oncoming car, and the rock basically squished the driver's face. It basically
Was that rock?
it was a brick.
Throw a rock on a big car and on a moving car, and add up the speeds above the
Mm.
plus one for additional speed.
Fair enough. Okay.
And yes, those are some very
So yeah, the guy, the people in the car were kind of really distraught, to say the least.
I don't know, Artrix, I think it was great. They killed the rock stuff.
They sure did. At least it's not like that one clip of some Russians. I think they were Russians. They were just driving around with their cute little dash cam, as you do in Russia. So they had the little dash cam, and there was an oncoming truck that was carrying a shit ton of bricks. And one brick was like, "I'm gonna be a rebel. I watched YouTube videos of these Antifa people. I'm gonna rage against the system." So it just jumped off into the car, and it squished the face of the passenger. It was a very fun little video to watch. It was very amusing.
I think the dashcam was okay.
But at least
Artrix's reaction in the dashcam was damaged before he could believe the guy.
exactly. So it's a good thing that the dash cam to provide the internet with some.
Like, break in the face. So I was like, no, this is a what break? What are we talking about? Why do we have a dead body in our car?
Well, you could very clearly see the brick in the footage, unfortunately.
You don't have a this cam. Russia is basically can end up cycling the police interrogation of 5 hours.
Mm. Well, apparently, insurance fraud is so severe in the Russias that they basically require everyone to be running a dash cam. So that's why a lot of these webcam vids are from Russia.
I can't imagine why insurance fraud would be high in Russia. From what I've seen, the way they drive, accidents seem to be common as fuck anyway. And let's see,
It's an accident, it's a way of life.
I've seen wedding processions with Russian dash cams,
it's such a ghetto country. When you see these vids, it's
How many people do you think die when they're celebrating weddings?
2.
No.
Yes. That's how you know, they're like, well, congratulations, you got hitched, so there's nothing left to live for, so they just shoot them.
Yes, first you get hit, then you get hit.
Yep. That's
Just that, Lada was so mass produced in Russia that people just, shoot them for fun anyway. It's like, no, I don't need this car for transport, I have 6 more home.
that's most likely the case. Like,
So, it's not that you can repair it with perfectly.
probably.
Yeah, I think regardless of how many people shot at these Ladas, they didn't seem to stop.
They don't care, the bullets go right through and don't even hit it.
But that is the Russian mentality. It's like, well, okay, so my
If it hits the plastic bag, it's stuck in the plastic bag, but
so you're Russian, you're driving around, and so, there's a random wedding, and a few bullets go through your window, and instead of stopping and being all shocked and whatnot, you just shrug it like, well, the car still works. I can still drive in this.
You don't shrug it off and reach into your glove compartment and pull out your AK-47.
you have to, what's it called? Celebratory firing.
Well, gotta show the world that Russia is a place of good cheer.
Never moving around all the time.
In Russia, the wedding fires you. The wedding shoots you. In Russia, wedding weds you.
Usually it's with your parents, but
Mm.
Can't you guess the difference between the term wedding shots?
Mm. Shotgun wedding. There's suddenly got a whole new meaning. Basically, what I'm saying is it just means a regular wedding in Russia.
let's go for some shots at the club.
You got married now. You would be no go shoot AK-47 while drinking copious amount of vodka and praising the president Vladimir Putin, while we also chug away some ladas. We'll just pick them up and just throw them away for the lulz, because it's Russia. Da. It's very important to add that one singular phrase. Let's top cack.
When I don't actually have a topic, this podcast really balls.
Yeah. So oh yeah, this is very high tier shit right here. And I've seen the picture. Well, this is very important news. I mean, there's gonna be. Did the Emoji movie already come out, or is it about to come out?
Please don't. And if it does, I hope it's test and it's
The date's due to come out will be a massive arc protest all across the planet and every cinema that exists will be immediately burned to the ground.
But who's gonna do the burning?
Me,
Oh.
personally.
What Panboy, are you secretly trying to get yourself involved with Antifa? Because I think they could use someone like you.
I just
So I take you have a very low opinion on that movie.
What's his name? Patrick Stewart, is it? No.
Lol XD, so funny. But yeah, what was his last movie? Oh yeah. Wasn't he also the director and whatnot for that movie, or was he just an actor? He watched the final, the final edit. He was sitting there, in a room full of people, and he was like, what the fuck did I do? The world doesn't this. I mean, George Lucas was at least deluded enough to be thinking, while he was watching the final cut of the first Star Wars movie, he was like, "This is, I like how there's always something go on the screen. Like every scene is so dense. This is a good movie." Oh god. Well, that sounds. Then maybe you're. Well, if your computer can't do basic maths, then you have a problem. Pretty big one. Just billions, not trillions. I'm disappointed. But does it have any survivors? He's crashing the plane. I mean, computer with no survivors. Yes, your computer should bane properly. Yes. Yeah, we need a program that can take any conversation and derail it into Bane posting. That would be the easiest algorithm to write. Whenever it can't come up with something, it just reverts back to "for you." You don't get to bring. Did you bring the mercenary? Bane. Mercenary. Well, good luck with that.
I'll see you at your place.
I find it kind of funny on two levels. Yes, it's threatening to pick up the court again. They are in court, so yes, that is funny, but it's also still true that it's still going to happen. Like, people are making fun of Trump. It's like he's threatening to go to court. It's like, yeah, he is going to.
No, he is one of the three branches of the government, so yeah, that's kind of what you do. Well, yeah, the president is one of the three branches of the government.
But since we are talking about this great person, he actually had a meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister Abe today, and they, of course, in front of cameras, they were shaking hands, and Trump was shaking hands, but while looking at the camera, and Abe had to tell him that he has to look at him.
But on the camera, they were shaking something.
Top.
Yeah, and then after being done with this, Abe rolled his eyes, and it became a meme.
Top cack.
Yeah, yeah, I realize. Trump's trained to stare at cameras for like the last 10 years in television. It's kind of.
I thought the first rule of doing anything camera-wise was don't look at the camera.
No.
Not when you Trump. It's all about the camera.
What you're doing, if you're a presenter of some kind, just look
Yeah.
at the camera. If you're
You're
an
an
actor,
actor, don't look at the camera.
Yeah.
but
So
when you're shaking someone's hand, you're supposed to look at
Look
them.
him in the eye, yeah.
And it's kind of embarrassing that Abe had to tell him on camera in English that he has to look at him, and the microphones could even pick it up.
You should be looking at me, bro.
Yeah.
You're here to see me, not the cameras.
Trump was kind of shaking his hand awkwardly.
Well, yeah, that's probably just looking at your own direction. I have these settings all nice, and I'm not on them all. I've let Trump.
yep. Instead of thanks Obama, it's now thanks Trump.
Thanks, Donald.
Wait, Trump.
Oh yeah, there was also the thing where one of his cabinet people is called Mickey. So now you have Donald and Mick.
Prime Minister, I think it is.
No, there's no prime minister in the.
Pence.
Oh,
Pence is Mickey.
right.
Oh, I thought there was someone that's actually whose name is actually Mickey.
There's an important question.
Is it mine?
By the way, his name is Mike Pence.
Now that just seems to be very good transistors.
Oh, he has also magic power. But he can change the polarization. Temperature.
Your resistances are so variable.
Yes, also. And that's why nobody can ever do Trump. Try to become president. Unleash his also lightning powers on all intelligent people.
So apparently whales have been terrified of the ocean and have decided that they would prefer to live on the beaches.
Oh. Well, that whale's being a shitty whale.
It's not just one, it's like 100 of them.
Then they're all shitty whales.
So
They should go back to whale school and just learn how to be a proper whale.
I was thinking because the mass of human-based people should finally gain sentience.
These whales are probably a little upset that the stink in the ocean.
Well, we might have a problem. That mass of the waste is evolving against Texas.
Are you talking about that triangle that's nothing but plastic? No, okay.
It's roughly in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah.
And it's as big as Texas. Just that Texas is full of plastic.
Oh, okay. Maybe this might be a silly idea, but it's an idea nonetheless. What if we just dump a metric shit ton of glue in this patch, so it'll become all solid, and then you basically have a floating Texas, and then you can just build entirely new. And then you just have another Texas. Well, that all depends on who's doing it. Yeah, but you know, we're not China. We're Rothingham. So we can actually create an island called Rothingham. All we need is like a few million liters of glue. Yep. Well, the foundation will be garbage. I don't know what we're gonna put on it, but you know, at least we can say that we got our very own country. I mean, I've watched the Wendell Productions video. I know what you need to create a new country. It's a piece of unclaimed land.
That's the cheapest land because you know it's on the water. The water cannot be unclaimed land. It's free.
Yeah, but we'll make it land, and then it's unclaimed, and then we claim it.
Well, I decided to look up how big and dense these patches of garbage are in the ocean.
Mm.
And no,
They're not dense enough.
they are not giant masses of dirt that we can get the super fluffy islands. They are just, they are very large areas of utter rubbish that's just floating around. It's not connected into a lump.
Oh.
That's wrong.
It's the fucking rubbish, yeah.
Mm.
It is very upsetting. Do you more damage in the ocean?
We do.
More like 6.
Rubbish piles actually become artificial islands that just float around in the ocean. We need to bulk our rubbish by about billions. Guys, get lost.
Hmm?
Dumping in the ocean. Never.
Do I even have to dump an ocean into the ocean?
Pretty much.
Okay, I'll BRB. I'll grab one ocean, and then I'll put in there. Oh, I just remembered one topic that we definitely need to discuss on this Fine Here podcast. Yes. Okay. So, we all know there's gonna be a movie. Yes. It's a movie in the year of our Lord 2017 called The Movie. My Little Pony. The Movie. Which is also a movie in cinemas. The Movie. And moves. It's got moving images.
I don't know. I saw some they had a
Questionable content. Well, there's gonna be a movie about ponies, but it's also gonna have like cats and like live action ponies. It's gonna be like a movie, but instead of the Twilight Sparkles and the Applejacks and whatnot, it's just gonna be 1.5 hours of nothing but generic footage of ponies standing in a field. Hmm.
But I thought you were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
No. So yeah, are you guys any kind of excited for this movie?
Be released.
Well, I know it's gonna be released in 2017, but it's probably gonna be.
Okay.
I mean, if the thing is 2 years ago, maybe I would have still been interested, but I'm past that phase of my life.
Well, me too. I really don't care about pony these days.
It's kind of strange. I mean, I never would think that you can outgrow autism ever again.
Yeah, you can outgrow autism. I mean, I already outgrew the autism when being into this fandom was considered autism. I'm now going to go back. This is the time machine. Going back to the year 2013.
He's gonna become a fun again.
So
That's the last thing they
So yeah, so 2013 I did the craziest thing. I went to the Pony Galacons Galacons in the Germanies. There was like a pony convention in Germany, and I went there, and I really didn't feel at home there. That was so fucking awkward.
He was the only one there who actually had a job.
Yes.
With inexperienced. He does not wish to experience this experience ever again.
No, there was.
And
Ba-
ever since he's not associating people with it.
so yeah, I was there, and this guy was there, and apparently he was there because the voice actor of Fluttershy really taught him, how to be a proper human being and how to be sociable, and she really helped him pick up his life. He was in a really dark place, and thanks to the show. Well, pretty much. So yeah, all I could do right there and then was just sort of nod and be like, okay, sure, yes. I'm very glad that it worked out for you. Yeah, the autism was pretty strong in that convention. I mean, I think I had more. Well, that documentary in and of itself is pretty cringy as well.
They could not speak a normal person.
Nope. But let's be fair. That was probably intentional. I mean, that was just.
Go out to convention, but normal they go to conventions and they find most antisocial psychopaths.
Hmm.
This is perfect.
Look at these things. They think they are people.
Isn't it cute? They think they are, well, just a normal human beings. Ha ha ha.
And it's not like this is the new phenomenon. They've been doing this ever since, I guess, the Star Trek conventions.
Hmm.
They'll go to a Star Trek convention, they'll find a guy who's speaking nothing Klingon and refuses to speak English. They give him an interview and it's just nonsense.
They think that they do like this since the dawn of time. It's they like, oh, yeah, well, all this stuff. Bronies. I honestly thought right how long all this Slovak you fucked up my joke. Sorry. Never miss it.
Download more RAM. Do it now.
Did you say something about the French obscene? Don't think on this thing. What is this? Yeah, mostly the fact that whenever I communicate with Slovakia, there really aren't that many focused people. Most of the time, most of the time, hipsters who are there because it's cool. I feel
Well, being an hipster is pretty autistic.
it's too late, but this is like
I was lucky with always all they were coats.
because for traveling and to go outside, it's a very hard concept for some people to travel in so large areas behind the curtains to grasp. Also, if you somehow have this faith in your fellow citizens, just go to some broken forum. Quickly lose it.
It will disappear.
I basically gave up after I was one week told that I should watch out of proximities because there are people that are still minors in the chat. And then the next week I was seeing something about it and I was originally but fuck.
Right. Well, that sounds like a very consistent form. But yeah. The Applejack. Anyways, I bet she does. Anyways, so this movie.
Yes, I bet she does that.
Well, yes, he does work pretty hard on the farm. What did you think it was insinuating? It's a meta joke. Anyway, the My Little Pony movie. It's not a meta joke. I said it was a meta joke. Yes, I will stop talking and move on. So, just moments before the recording of this here podcast, we were presented with a link which showed us some images, some characters, if you will, of Zelda, if you will, of characters from this new movie, and they looked very original. You could say they looked like original characters. It's in the Radio Rothingham chat. No, it's actually in the public on the Artrix chat. I see public. There's a lot of text about Windows. EquestriaDaily.com. So yeah, here we got the new characters, and it's got like a cat thing, and it's got a pink yellow pony with retarded hair, and it's got a dark purple pony which is edgier than Reaper. So yeah, but that doesn't. Both.
Yes, I know I am racist, but anybody else thinks
Everything is racist, including me. I'm drawing a Chinese man.
Well, I saw this guy playing it. What is this guy doing? Voicing
I don't know, but I do.
I know this makes he played this guy more than I don't know. I have no idea what we're talking about.
Google to the rescue.
Topic stream, probably acting as scripts.
Yes. Well, he is the least professional possible.
True.
I would say his name, but I didn't find the other direction to pronounce it. And yes, he did play Samurai. I recognize it.
What's he playing?
Some cat thing.
Like kind of like
Oh, that guy. So yeah, my excitement for this movie is all-time high, which is to say, nearly non-existent. The thing is, though, now we're gonna have a 2D animated movie that's gonna be very. It's shaping up to be very mediocre.
If they do it the same way they animate their show,
Which is very likely. It's gonna be.
Flash Pop had cheaper CG.
It's gonna. It's probably gonna be along the same lines of Equestria Girls. In other words, yes, it's gonna get a theoretical release, but that's the extent. That transcends our dimension. But yeah, it looks like I have no. With these characters they revealed, I have no idea what to think about it as of now. Other than the fact that it's probably gonna be the same animation style as the show, maybe up the budget just a little bit. But for starters, what's the plot even gonna be? It's gonna have all these fucked up looking ponies and cats.
It's gonna be horse.
Yes, it would be horse. There's many horses.
To be honest, I haven't seen these images, and I want to see it now.
It's in it's in public on Artrix chat.
Yeah, I can't see it.
I can't see it.
I'm looking through the public chat for the past 10 minutes. I
Come
can't.
on, come on, come on. I have done it.
Then you care far too much. She wants to swap back. Okay, there isn't shit.
I can also just copy paste the link. There we go. Copy, paste. Oh, that's the wrong link. I have it now. There we go. So yeah, tons of character designs released! Exclamation point. Oh my god! Especially the last one. Like, goddamn, that's some DeviantArt tier character design right there. It's almost as bad as Alien Alicorn. Almost. I wouldn't go all the way. That would be, you know, disrespectful towards the actual professionals that worked on this, but that's the extent to which I can go.
Oh, wow.
Worst thing is, as usual, they just, even their promotional screenshot character shots just look like straight out of Flash with no effort at all.
Yeah, and also considering that supposedly the new season of My Little Pony is gonna start in 2017 as well, it does not look like they're gonna pull an Ed and Eddie and just make, just pour their season budget into one movie. They're doing this alongside the season. So, unless they really poured in a lot of money and we're gonna be pleasantly surprised, I don't think we are.
Well, need to be. The season and the movie would have to be about finished by now, at least.
Yeah. Also, I'm getting to the part where I get to delete Scootaloo again. Yes, she's deleted again. And replaced by Samurai Jack. He's much more handsome anyway. Yes. Oh. Whoops. But yeah, what did you guys expect from the My Little Pony movie? Not necessarily, but when you heard that they were gonna make a samurai, well, actually, that at this point it sounds more exciting than you know what we got so far.
I think the first time I had it, I could recall it. Like, it was the end. I was like, recording Radio Rothingham. And then Artrix told me there was going to be a pony movie about 40 minutes ago.
Oh, so you didn't even know there was gonna be a theoretical movie up to this point. Good job.
I mean, I had the rumors years ago, but they were just rumors because somebody really wanted a pony movie.
Yeah, someone just bugged. Hasbro nonstop for a few years straight.
I buy 24.
Yeah, I bought 20 of your ponies. I want movie now. And you know, repeat it over and over again for 6 years ad nauseum. I'm sure they'll get you results.
Money ponies times 6 years. I still think that how we got power from
No.
Powerful Girls Green was about this. There was a staff meeting at Cartoon Network, and they're like, how to make money? They're like, take popular, make more. Oh, what's popular? I know, Puff Girls. Yes, make Puff
What could possibly go wrong?
Agree.
And everything went wrong. Horribly wrong. No, then Samurai came along and it was actually good. We don't know yet. For all we know, it sucks balls. Or clit.
Well, it's not that also.
Maybe it'll literal.
That was actually fine.
This is going to be like the original show was supposed to be.
Hmm.
And they created the most awful bullshit that you would have never seen with your eyes.
Yeah, the John K's vision of Ren and Stimpy turns out to be extremely retarded, and I'm really glad that back in the day he actually worked with competent people that could keep it in line.
So I don't even know if this new dark edgy version of Samurai Jack is going to be any good. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is all.
Well, so far it looks pretty good. It looks
Show a lot of good looking bits.
yeah. So maybe you're right, or maybe it's consistently good. But so far it does seem to have a strong symbiotic Titan-ish look. Like it's not a complete copy, but they definitely seem to have borrowed a few elements from that series, production-wise. I mean, a good Samurai Jack is full of background porn for one thing, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that. The backgrounds did seem very good. They also seem to really push for the very limited lineless art aspect that the original show had. And with, modern production techniques, you can really pull that off much better than in the old days. Exactly. But, I think the original Samurai Jack was mostly done, was still made traditionally with cells and whatnot. Mm. Well, the same can be said about the Powerpuff Girls. I mean, that was a lot of geometric shapes, but someone had to draw it. And then nuPPG came along and it looks like ass.
Ass is round.
Yeah, that's the problem. Powerpuff Girls aren't supposed to be perfectly round. The shape of their heads are actually pretty awkward. It's
Well, I like the from the side. They look like a fish with like.
exactly. I mean, they really adhere to the original character sheets that very explicitly said to try and not show them from the side as much as possible. And
From the side all the time.
yep. So then they view them from the side all the time. Good. GG Studio, whoever. Good GG. Oh god. Yeah, this is. Well, let me just say that the overall tone of this reboot is so much different than the Powerpuff Girls reboot. Like the entire design philosophy and just everything about it. It's just with nuPPG and everything, you'd think every reboot's gonna suck now. But no. This looks promising. Mm. Mm. I actually don't know.
It's pretty much the full stuff. All of it.
Well, even Jenny Tatakovsky, because I think he was the. Well, he's Russian. He's from glorious Russia. Yeah. Kovsky. Anyways, maybe we should just end this episode because this really was one of those. Yes. Not just that, but we are at the 1.5 minute mark. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This was the Artrix. This was Xaverius. This was Panboy. This was Astra, the star person. This was Sekele. This was the Bakphoon. And my Sekele band chat. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a Radio Rothingham. Also like, subscribe, whatnot. Bye!